Hello there. Hello again. Scott Tanker. I am host of Breakfast with the Boss. I'm here each and every Thursday from 9:30 to 10 and 10 to 10:30 on Radio Vision Network TV. We can show you people that can help you personally and professionally. That's what we're all about. We want to share with you their aha moment, their purpose, their passion, and why they're here to help you. I have a really interesting person on today, and someone that I don't usually surround myself with because I don't know better. His name is Martino Cartier. How you doing, Martino?
Good. How are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Martino has an incredible set of talents, and we're going to go through them today. But what I want to know is, and I always ask this question, how? How did it get started? What was your aha moment? What happened to put you in this great position for what you do now?
I think, well, it started because I had drive, right? And I never wanted to give up. You know, I was given up for adoption.
Right.
Searched to find my birth family for 22 years. Mm-hmm. We grew up poor. And I always wanted more, so I never took no for an answer. Good. But I think the biggest thing that changed my life was when I learned that the key to being successful is to give. If you don't know how to give, you don't know how to live, and that is the end of the story. Amen.
We can almost hang up now, but this man and I are such kin, because I believe the more you get is directly related to what you give.
So when I opened my first salon in 1998, and people say they live paycheck to paycheck. We were living minute to minute. You know, we had nothing. And a woman came into my salon. Her name was Heidi, and she had a young boy who had brain cancer. And her story was so sad, and all the little boy wanted was for mom to not go to work so that she could stay home with him. Now, Bobby's prognosis was about a year to live. So, again, we had nothing. So anybody can give if you have it. But when you give when you don't have it, that's when the reward is greater than you could ever dream.
Absolutely.
So we decided, it was me and another employee, we decided to have a cut-a-thon and give all the money to Heidi. So the goal was $5,000. In 2 days, we raised over $22,000, right? This is the most ironic part of the story. That $22,000 paid for the mortgage for 2 years. This boy who was only supposed to live a year, lived 2 years. So watch this. You have a fundraiser. You pay the mortgage for 2 years. The little boy lived for 2 years. So if it wasn't for our efforts, she would not have been able to spend the last 2 years of her son's life with him. That was an aha moment. And from that moment on, my benchmark was, we are going to be a corporation that gives back. Now, mind you, back then we weren't even a corporation. We were nothing, you know? And here we are, how many years later? God, that was like 15 years ago. And now,
I'm incredibly impressed and touched by that. And this is the good stories I love to have. And I get a lot of stories, but these are the good ones. Martino is a celebrity stylist. Let me just make sure you know that. He's also a motivational speaker, as you can probably tell, because he's been touched. He's had a childhood that was one that he was searching, and he never said no, never gave up. And now he also is a philanthropist. Why? Because this gentleman, the little boy who came in with his mother, changed your life.
Completely. And now we grant wishes for kids all over the country. I started a 501c3, wigsandwishes.org. And that wish that we did within our 501c3 that put us on the map was a little girl named Kiki. And she had been turned down by Locks of Love for a wig because there's so much red tape. Make-A-Wish had red tape, wouldn't grant this kid a wish. So we found her. We granted a wish of giving her a wig, which she could care less about. She looked beautiful, but she wanted to meet Justin Bieber. This was like 5 years ago. Justin Bieber was so hot, nobody could touch Justin Bieber. Anyway, long story short, we never give up. We have an army of Facebook followers that share our stuff and help us grant wishes and raise money for families in need. And it started trending on Twitter. Justin meet Kiki. So anyway, long story short, again, November 4th, we bring Kiki to meet Justin Bieber. She was fine, sat front row on my shoulders, screamed the whole time. And then when we got back to my house for her mother to pick her up, she said, my back hurts. And I said, because you were on my shoulders like a monkey screaming for 3 hours. And the next day, the mom took her to CHOP, and they said she's taken a turn for the worse. Her lungs are filling up with fluid. The following Sunday, 7 days from the time she sat on my shoulder screaming, she passed away. And I was there when she passed away. And one of the last things Kiki ever, it got chills, one of the last things Kiki ever said to me was, I don't want to be forgotten. So I called my friends at Coty Professional, the beauty giant, and I said to Sylvie, the president, I said, can you do me a favor? Can you name an OPI nail polish after Kiki? And she did.
I'm
and
so touched.
yeah, and
I'm so touched. I
and
really
Paula
am.
Abdul and I, she's one of our board
Yes.
members and dear friend of mine. We announced it at Wigs and Wishes last year at Lucian's Manor, and everybody in the audience got Kiki's Dream was the name of the nail polish.
You know, Martino, I don't mean to get mushy, but I come into this show and I have all these things in my head. They're meaningless compared to what you're telling me now.
Oh,
I got goosebumps, and you're the kind of people that I want on this show. You're the kind of person that drives our happy lives because you give back. But this show's also about you. It's great about what you do. So you're a celebrity stylist. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us how people can get a hold of you.
Sure.
So they can do what you get what you do. Yeah.
So, like I said, I opened my salon in 1998, which is now in Washington Township,
Okay.
On Hurteville Cross Keys Road, and I have an incredible, talented team of giving hairdressers. Our salon was just named top 10 in the country with Modern Salon Magazine.
Fabulous.
W Magazine named us the most sought-after salon in the country 2 years ago.
That's great.
My team's great. Without my team, I couldn't give back.
How many folks do you have in your firm?
We have about 35 people.
35 people working with you. That's a big job.
Yeah.
How big is your space?
About 4,000 square feet.
Very
We
nice.
do about 900 to 1,200 clients a week.
Okay.
It's a huge family. Our clients leave feeling good. Sometimes they'll come in just because they want to laugh or they want to pick me
So
up.
this is a hairstyle only, right?
Hair salon, we do makeup as
You
well.
do makeup as well. And how did you get started? Because we didn't get back to what made
So
you
when I was in high school,
Yeah.
my principal, God rest his soul, he loved me, but he knew I hated school.
Of course,
So he
yeah.
said to me, you should go to vocational school. It'll break up the day for you, half
Right.
a day. And I said, what am I going to go? A plumber, an electrician? Like, what am I going to do?
What do I like? Yeah.
He said, well, I really want you to go to cosmetology because we need at least one male. We need this for their state funding. I said, cosmetology? He said, there's 33 girls. You'll be the only guy. I said, sign me up. I'm in. I didn't think I was going to like it. And then I wound up loving it because I was able to be creative and I like making people feel good. It makes me feel good. It's a long story short. That's what happened. And I wound up just taking it by storm and loving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a break because we have a sponsor.
Sure.
But Martino Cartier and his talent, celebrity stylist, motivational speaker, philanthropist, there's so much more he can share with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. I'm here with a celebrity himself, Martino Cartier, and he is a celebrity stylist, a motivational speaker, and most important to me, is a philanthropist. We talked a little bit about your stylist. People come from all over the place to get to you. You're in Sewell, New Jersey. The number, by the way, is 856-582-6600. They have 900 to 1,200 people a week. They got 35 people in their office. This is a big-time operation. This is not small potatoes. That's
true.
wonderful. And you built this up since 1998.
Yep.
You did it all yourself. Obviously, you had some help because no one can do anything all by themselves.
That is true.
And excuse me. Next thing I want, Next thing I want to ask you about is your motivational speaking, because I can tell, based upon your background and based upon your never say no attitude.
Sure.
You obviously have shared some of that motivational stuff with people. Tell us.
I have. So one time I was at a hair show, and I was walking by, and we had just been on a reality TV show on Bravo. And the president of the company saw me and recognized me from the TV show and asked me to come on stage. I went on stage, and all of a sudden, all these people flocked. They had recognized me from Bravo, and I was scared. I had never done it before. Long story short, the next show, I went on my own without them telling me to come to surprise them. It was in New York City at the Jacob Javits Center.
Sure. Yeah.
From that moment on, it turned into, well, if you come to all the shows, we'll give you $500 in free product every time you come. This is like 11 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
I can do this. Right?
The next year, it was $500 in free product and $500 a day. And the years, it kept growing until it turned into a $250,000 salary. And I realized, I'm like, wait, people want to hear me talk? My mother said my mouth always got me in trouble, right? So now I do it all over, whether it's churches, corporations, distributors, salons, convention centers. I'm doing it again June 1st in Orlando. But it's really taken my life to a whole nother level because it's almost therapy for myself and I'm helping other people. And you know, I believe that greatness is contagious. If you're around it, you'll catch it. And I have surrounded myself with some great mentors. Mindy Grossman, who is just, I mean, she's Forbes magazine, one of the most powerful women in the world, but she has a heart the size of Texas, you know? And she just left HSN. Oprah hired her as Weight Watchers CEO.
Nice.
And I learned so much from her. You know, so I take her words of wisdom, like don't be ordinary when you can be extraordinary, right. You know, and I share that with other people. And it's very rewarding.
What's the one thing, and maybe that's not the right thing.
That's
remember
okay.
Remember that movie, The One Thing? Right?
Yeah.
What's the one or two things that people don't give themselves credit for?
that they don't
Because
give
you're a
themselves.
motivational speaker, and I bet you look at every person you say, you got more than you think you got.
Well, 100%. I think people don't think that they, you hear about that it factor, right? People think that certain people just have it, and it's not the case. I share with my staff all the time. When I was in hair school and my parents were poor, my mother is rich in love. Trust me, a great woman, my mother who raised me. Yes.
They have to be to take care of us.
But I'm washing hair, on a Sunday in a salon, and I'm cutting chicken at Boston Chicken on a Friday. So, and then I was making tacos on Wednesday at Taco Bell.
To make it all happen,
so
yeah.
I worked 3 jobs. And even today, with, a multi-million-dollar salon, I'm still going to Home Shopping Network. I'm making on-TV appearances twice a month, selling my own brand, Martino by Martino Cartier.
Nope.
No, I work 4 and 5 jobs. So when people think they can't do something, it's not because you can't, it's because you won't, and it's not a cliche.
Right.
You burn the candle at both ends. I hate when the world says a leopard doesn't change its spots. It's not true. Yeah, anybody have a dog that's old, it gets gray hair. Leopard spots turn gray. So don't tell me a leopard
what Henry
spots.
Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Well, there you go.
It's all about up here.
It is. And, and I also believe, people are so afraid to talk about religion. I think if you don't have faith in God, you have nothing in life.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say that.
Right.
I didn't grow up in a Bible-thumping home. My family really didn't have any religion growing up. However, for some reason, as a child, my mother will tell you, I always question. I always asked a lot of questions. And one day, my mom, I don't remember this, my mother said I was almost barely 5, and I started asking her questions about God, and it kind of freaked her out a little bit. Like, where's this kid getting it from? And then I lived in the Florida Keys growing up. So all my neighbors and all my friends were old ladies who were widows who would give me a quarter on the way home from school. I'd stop at each house and get a quarter, an orange tang, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So one day the one lady said to me, I want to take you to church with me. They need people in the kids' choir. So I went to this church, and anyway, my faith was established in me in God when I was very young. So I believe that God has instilled certain laws in life. When I tell you, when you give, it comes back, right? It's a law. Yellow and blue make green. It's a law. Whether your opinion is different or not, that's what it's about. So I just think that if you seek, you'll find that faith, and that faith will help you to get through different situations in life. And, I give you an example. Last year I lost 5 children to cancer that I had granted wishes for. Do you know how painful it is when a parent says to me, why, right? I had a woman, Cheryl Solomon, 2 years ago. I did a wig for her. She supported every event. She comes to Wigs and Wishes every year. This year it's November 4th. Paul Abdul will be co-hosting it with IU.
I want to make sure I'm there.
Lainey Kazan, for sure. Lainey Kazan is performing.
I will be there. I want to be there. Yeah.
And so this woman called me, and she said to me, I want to meet with you. She's like, the doctor said it's only a few days. Right. So I went to her house in Evesham, and she said, I'm scared. And I said, what are you scared of? She said, I'm scared of where I'm going to go. And I said, my only advice to you is this. When you're scared, say, remember me. Those 2 words changed her life. She passed away. Her daughter called me, and her daughter said, when you left, my mom said, I'm ready. So for me, I'm grateful that I have a platform that I can share my faith, I can share my love, and I can get other people to give back. Because I'm telling you, when I go on Facebook and I do a live feed about raising money for a family in need, I will do the live feed. We just did it for a woman whose house burnt down, the Fogg family in Piles Grove, New Jersey. She has cancer. Her son was having heart surgery, and they lost everything. I did a live feed. I said, we put a donate button. We're a 501c3. Whatever you donate, we'll match it, whatever, and you're going to watch me deliver it to her. So now we collected 20-some grand in 2 hours on Facebook, and then I did a live feed of handing the money so everybody knows exactly where the money goes. And I think that's what has allowed us to be successful, because we're extremely transparent. And by the way, our nonprofit has 0 paid employees, including myself. It's all run by volunteers.
You are my favorite guest. And I've been doing this for 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks.
Martino is not just a person who's a celebrity stylist. He's not just a motivational speaker. He puts his money where his mouth is. He puts the rubber to the road. He helps people who are looking for some help. And that's all we want out of this world. Because if you help others, I guarantee you they'll help you. God has a plan for all of us. And you don't have to be religious in one way or another, but I believe you have to have a belief. You have to have a faith. I don't care what you believe in, but if you believe in something, it will help you get going. We have to take another sponsor message, but we're going to be right back with Martino and tell you some more about what he does and what he can do for you. We'll be right back. Hello again. We're right back here with Martino Cartier, and I am Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss. But more importantly, I want to talk to Martino on some of the things you do. We talked about your celebrity stylist. You have so many people coming to your place. I presume you have to make an appointment. Do you have walk-ins?
Sometimes we can take walk-ins, but it's better to make an appointment. Yeah, you can just go to martinocartier.com for information on the salon.
martinocartier.com. That's CARTIER.com. The phone number is 856-582-6600. And I'm going to tell you, he's got 35 people there. So you're going to get yourself in. You'll get yourself in is all you can for you. But you should call so that there's no surprises.
Yeah.
And you offer a free stylist and makeup, I think you said, right?
Say it again?
Hair and makeup?
Right, we do hair and we do makeup. We have clients that come from New York, Maryland. We have clients come from all over.
That's fantastic. You've also been on HSN, you mentioned?
Yes, I've been selling my own product on HSN for about 6 years.
What's that called?
Martino by Martino Cartier.
Okay.
And we sell everything from blow dryers, innovative curling irons, straighteners, shampoos, conditioners, and those sorts of things. We actually just launched an infomercial as well.
Super.
So yeah, that's pretty exciting for us. But like I said, my hairdressers are great. They are just great, and they're so educated because we keep up with education. We bring people from all over the world into our salon just to teach us the new techniques, new trends. Plus, we teach as well. So very educated, our staff.
And you mentioned to me you go to a lot of conferences, you and some of your staff.
Yes.
You share the love, I guess.
We do. So there's like 6 major trade shows within the beauty industry. So the next one is the premier show in Orlando, which is June 1st, and there'll be about 55,000 hairdressers. And we have a stage, and we'll put together this wild avant-garde show, which I think you guys have a video of a show I just did at Sugar House Casino.
Okay.
So which was so funny. You said like a pivoting moment in my life was I never dreamed that a casino would bring me in to entertain these women that are not hairdressers. Like I'm used to entertaining hairdressers, but it sold out in 2 days, 500 people, and me and 2 of my girls put on it. Well, if you watch the video, I think you were playing
Hopefully
it.
We will, yeah.
These women and their comments on social media, some were crying, they were screaming, clapping, and I'm like, holy crap, this is me to pinch myself that I'm performing at a casino. So now they're talking about putting us in all 5 locations. Golden Nugget heard about it. They're bringing us down to Atlantic City. I'm like, good God, I'll be in Vegas soon, headlining as a hairdresser.
I know this guy, folks. I know this guy. Yeah. Listen, this is incredible, Martino. Everybody out there has to understand something. This was not handed to him.
No way.
This is a person who worked his butt off, who said, no, I'm not going to listen to the word no. I'm going to keep forging. I'm going to keep going forward. I have a positive attitude. I'm going to wipe away anybody who thinks I can't do it, and I'm just going to keep going forward, and that's what you did.
One of the strongest messages that I give to people is that what you've been through in life is not what defines you, right? So if you have a bow and arrow, without a drawback of that bow, that arrow can't do anything. So without setbacks in our lives to fuel our fire, how the heck can you move forward? How can you fulfill your dreams? You can't. So take the negatives that are in your life and use them to explode you forward.
You know what people say, you can't learn anything from success, you learn a lot more from failure. And I got to believe that you and I come from the same boat. We failed so many times, but we don't even think about the failures because the successes that came after way overcome them.
Some of my biggest mentors failed 300 and some times. Literally, my one mentor, John McCormick, failed 300 and some times, and then that one extra try is what made him one of the most successful businessmen in America. So
it's a great story. In fact, Martino, you're a great story, and we're really glad here at Breakfast with the Boss we can have people like you on this show who not only show a purpose and a passion, but a love for life and a love for others. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the epitome of what we do, what I love, is someone who takes care of themselves and takes care of others. And what more in life can you do than giving back like that? And I too believe the more you give, the more you get.
That's so true.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
I want you to come
Likewise.
back. I want you to come back. One quick thing. Is there anything a guy or gal should do regarding stylists? What's a hint?
Well, I can tell you that for women, like long bobs are in right now, lobs are in, and pops of color, gray is in. Which is unbelievable. No one thought that would happen. Gray is in. But I also want to say, if you or someone you know is going through cancer and you do need hair replacement for a woman, you can visit wigsandwishes.org. It's free. We do it all over the country.
Okay, wigsandwishes.org. 856-582-6600 is the number for the salon. If you can't get a hold of somebody, get a hold of him. and he'll help you. He is a great guy. He's someone who's going to not only help you in stylist, but he's going to help people who are in need, people who may not have a long time to be here. He's going to try to make those last days, those last times very, very happy, very emotional for them. And I thank you for that.
For sure.
We thank you here on the show for being the kind of person you are. This is Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss. Martino Cartier is a beautiful, beautiful person who has a tremendous amount of talent that can help you with your stylist, can help you motivationally speaking, and if you, God forbid, have someone who is not doing well, has cancer, may not have a long time, and may not be getting some of the things they'd like before they go to that big golf course in the sky, as I call it, you need to call Martino. He will be there to help. So here we are each and every Thursday meeting people who can really make a difference. Today was an incredibly special day for me. This show is really special. He does a great job, and I want people to know that. Please call Martino for whatever you need, a celebrity stylist, a motivational speaker, or even a philanthropist. You call him at 856-582-6600. Have a great day. Have a great Memorial holiday, and we hope to see you again next week. Take care.